Right now, you are living a life that feels normal. Your thoughts feel familiar. Your reactions feel natural. Your habits feel like who you are. But what if none of that is actually you? What if most of it was learned, absorbed, repeated, and never questioned? From the moment you were born, you started collecting instructions. Not written instructions, subtle ones, invisible ones. The way people reacted to you, the way they spoke to you, the things they praised, and the things they criticized. Each moment left an imprint, a small suggestion about who you should be. Be careful. Don't do that. People will judge you. That's not realistic. At first, these were just voices around you, but over time, they became your voice. And that's where it gets dangerous. Because once the voice becomes internal, you stop questioning it. It feels like truth. It feels like logic. It feels like you. Think about your daily life. You wake up. Your phone is the first thing you touch. You scroll, you compare, you consume. And somewhere in that process, your mind starts narrating. They are doing better than me. I am falling behind. I need to fix my life. None of these thoughts were chosen. They appeared, and you accepted them. Now pause for a second. Ask yourself something simple. Did you decide to think that? Or did it just happen? Most of your thoughts just happen. They are automatic, conditioned, recycled. Your brain is incredibly efficient. It does not want to think from scratch every time, so it builds shortcuts, patterns, default responses, and once a pattern is repeated enough times, it becomes your identity. You say, "This is just how I am." But is it? Or is it just how you have been trained to respond? Imagine this. Two people walk into the same room. One feels confident. The other feels anxious. Same room, same people, same situation, but completely different experiences. Why? Because they are not reacting to reality. They are reacting to their internal script. The confident person has a script that says, "I belong here." The anxious person has a script that says, "I might be judged." And both feel real, both feel true, but neither is objective reality. They are interpretations. This is how powerful your internal script is. It does not just influence your actions. It shapes your entire perception of the world. Now, here's something even deeper. Your brain is not designed to make you happy. It is designed to keep you safe, and safety means familiarity. So if you are used to overthinking, your brain will keep you overthinking. If you are used to doubting yourself, your brain will keep feeding you doubt. If you are used to procrastinating, your brain will guide you back to delay. Not because it hates you, but because it recognizes the pattern, and it trusts what it recognizes. Even if that pattern is holding you back, even if that pattern is slowly destroying your potential. This is why change feels uncomfortable. Not because it is wrong, but because it is unfamiliar. Your brain interprets unfamiliar as danger. So when you try to do something new, start a project, speak up, take a risk, you feel resistance. That resistance is not a sign to stop. It is a sign that you are stepping outside the script. But most people misinterpret it. They think, "This feels wrong. This is not me. I should go back." And so they do, again and again. They return to what is known, what is predictable, what is safe. And slowly, they build a life inside a cage they cannot see. A cage made of thoughts, beliefs, patterns. Now here is the moment where everything can change. You do not need to destroy the cage. You just need to see it. Because the moment you see the pattern, you create distance from it. Right now, your thoughts and your identity feel fused. Like they are the same thing, but they are not. You are not your thoughts. You are the one observing them. Try this. Close your eyes for a moment and wait for your next thought. Notice something strange. You are not creating the thought. You are watching it appear. And if you can watch it, it means it is separate from you. That small realization is powerful. Because once you see that thoughts are not you, you stop obeying them blindly. The thought says, "You are not good enough," and instead of believing it, you notice it. The thought says, "Start tomorrow," and instead of following it, you question it. This is the beginning of awareness, and awareness changes everything. Because before awareness, you are controlled. After awareness, you have a choice. You may still feel fear, you may still feel doubt, you may still feel resistance, but now you see it happening, and that changes your relationship with it. Instead of saying, "I am anxious," you begin to say, "I notice anxiety." Instead of saying, "I cannot do this," you begin to say, "I am having a thought that I cannot do this." This might sound small, but it creates space, and in that space you regain control. Now here is where real change begins, not in thinking differently, but in acting differently. Because your life is not shaped by what you think. It is shaped by what you repeatedly do. If you keep acting on the same patterns, nothing changes. But if you interrupt the pattern even once, you create a new possibility. The moment you act despite fear, you weaken the old script. The moment you move despite doubt, you rewrite the pattern. The moment you choose discomfort, you expand your identity. And slowly, very slowly, a new script begins to form. Not overnight, not instantly, but through repetition, the same way the old script was built. Most people are waiting to feel ready, waiting to feel confident, waiting to feel certain. But those feelings come after action, not before. If you wait for the right feeling, you will stay where you are. Because your current feelings are created by your current patterns. To change your life, you have to act against your current patterns, even when it feels wrong, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it feels unnatural, especially then, because that discomfort is the signal that you are breaking the loop. Now, imagine this. Every time your mind says, "Wait," you act. Every time your mind says, "Avoid this," you lean in. Every time your mind says, "You cannot," you try anyway. What happens over time? The script changes. The voice that once held you back starts losing its authority, not because it disappeared, but because you stopped obeying it. And eventually, a new voice emerges. Quieter at first, less convincing, but different. It says, "Maybe you can. Just try, keep going." And this time you choose to listen, not because it is louder, but because you have learned something important. Thoughts are not commands, they are suggestions, and you get to decide which ones to follow. This is what freedom actually looks like, not the absence of fear, not the absence of doubt, but the ability to act despite them, to see the script and not be controlled by it. So the next time you feel stuck, a pause. Listen carefully. What is your mind telling you? And then ask yourself one question. Is this truth? Or is this just the script I have been repeating? That question can change everything. Because once you begin to question the script, you begin to step outside of it. And once you step outside of it, you realize something powerful. The life you are living was not fixed. It was practiced. And if it was practiced, it can be changed. Not all at once, not perfectly, but one choice at a time. One interruption at a time. One new action at a time. Until one day you look at your life and it feels different. Not because the world changed, but because you did. And this time, the script you are living is one you actually chose.